Coming up right now, up, and away. A homeowner now living a nightmare after he admits after losing a bet.
Also coming up, a tourist gets a rude awakening thanks to a different kind of room service.
Oh, interesting. A little bit later on. A man spends his life savings to mirror a look that doesn't exist in real life.
Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, and kids, they call this Daily Flash. So glad to have you here.
Nice.
We're so glad to have you here. We also have James working the floor and social media. James, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And I appreciate your excitement as well. And then Matt Doolittle's over to my right. Help me out, Matt.
And if you can see James's results, please head over to our website, dailyflashshow.com. You can also send us your notes. You know, if you want to engage with James, send us an email, flash@dailyflashshow.com.
I'm down for it, you know.
I mean, he's engaging and willing to get engaged.
Hey, no, I'm not willing to get engaged. I'm not doing that again.
How many times was that for you?
I was
James?
only once, but I learned my lesson. The judge helped out in that one.
Sometimes it only takes one.
There you go.
True.
Have you guys heard of this new makeup trend?
Well,
I mean, if we're bougie.
It's called the yarn
No,
makeup
I've not
trend.
heard this at all.
I
Okay,
believe
go.
we have video. I want
Okay.
you guys to take a look at this.
Oh, no.
Women are wrapping their face in yarn. They're actually
What?
gluing it onto their face.
What is wrong
with
with you?
spirit gum? So they put a white paint over it, and then they take a ball of yarn and they wrap it all around their face, and then they add makeup and rouge and eyeshadow.
and then they walk around like that?
Yes,
or is it
and then
they
walk
take
around
it off?
like that. They walk around like that for a while, and then
What?
That's for me. I love that.
You love
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Okay,
Your poor wife.
you love that.
What
So,
kind of fetish is that?
It's a new one, James. I think that's the best way I
Yarn
can
is
It's
describe
called
it.
strings attached.
Strings attached. All strings attached. Let me just show you. There's one more that's sort of frightening.
Okay, you guys got to see this one. Zoom in
This
on
one,
this.
I don't know if you can zoom
Okay,
in.
as they set that up, I want to
Leatherface.
make mention of that. Okay, you know, if you're walking around like this, it takes you already as it is. How long? Hold on. How long does it take for you to get to do your makeup? This has got to take at least 2 or 3 hours.
Yes.
To do this, right?
Yeah, and then you're putting like a white base paint on your face, and then you're topping it off with spirit gum, the kind of stuff that you use for makeup, mustaches
right.
and stuff. You're putting that all over your face, and then you're taking the yarn and you're wrapping it around.
What website is that, by the way? So we can give
Well, this is
credit.
the New York Post.
New York Post.
Yeah,
All right,
New
so
York
check it.
Post.
You know,
Great
it's got to take hours and hours to do. That's what I'm. Now we have to wait. Hold on, I'm not done with the yarn yet. Well, dinner was 4 hours ago.
Red Lobster's only open for so long. Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just wondering, like, if you wake up in the morning with that on.
That
Like,
would be. I guess peel it off.
I don't
Get a cat.
know.
Just get a cat.
Get a cat.
There you go. Yeah, play with the
But
yarn.
if you've got it, if you put it on with glue, you've got to take it off. I would think it would damage your
It
skin.
can't be good for it, no, whatsoever.
It would make for a good Christmas gift, though. A cheap one at that.
Here's.
To give your lady a ball of yarn?
Lots of yarn.
Okay.
How do you like the next time somebody sees you and you don't have it on, they wouldn't have any idea who you are.
No idea.
Gift card to Michael's.
Which would freak out a lot of you. Go to bed with a yarn baby, you're waking up with somebody else like, wow, coyote.
What happened to
ugly.
the crochet?
Yeah, I want some grandma's.
gosh.
So there you go. I thought I'd seen it all, but the yarn makeup is a new thing, and I'm hoping it's new and quick and gone
Please
before
go
tomorrow.
away. No.
Yeah.
A great man once said, stupid is as stupid does.
Yeah.
I believe you're right, Maddie.
Yes.
Let's jump into some trending stories. Looks like it's the real life version of that Pixar movie Up. Grandfather refused to relocate after he was offered more than $200,000 for his home, and now he says that he is living a real life nightmare after feeling that he lost a bet. The homeowner refused to move after the Chinese government made the repeated offers to buy his house. Look at this, y'all. His two-story home is a buzz with construction noise as crews continue to build a freeway interchange all around
my
his two-story
goodness.
home. He says the only way that he's able to leave his house is through an underground tunnel, so like an exit, if you will. That's how he gets in and out. It's, well, you know, I admire the fact that he stayed tall. These kinds of stories happen a lot. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I want to say Boston. Somebody wanted to keep their house, and they were building a huge complex.
Yeah.
And so they built this high-rise story literally around this house, and the house is right there. It's still there, and it looks cool. Nothing like this where cars are zooming by, though.
This also happened here in Orlando, in downtown, while they were building the soccer stadium.
I didn't know
there
that.
was a house or a church, I believe it was a small church, and they refused to cave. And I think eventually they did, but they were holding out for as much money as they could.
And people that do that also have to risk the fact of intimate domain, where they could say, "Look,
That's also
enough of
part
your
of
neighbors
it.
sold. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're going to get this money, and we're taking your house no matter what."
This
is a different government, though.
You know the classic story of when they were building Walt Disney World here, there was a piece of property out there right where the castle is right now at Magic Kingdom. There was a person who knew that Walt Disney was coming to town. They were trying to keep it secret. They would not sell that property till the last minute. And to this day, we still don't know who actually owned it or how much money they got. But it had to be a good sum of money because they knew Walt Disney was coming here. And they were just going to build the park around it.
Is it true that Disney leases some part of their land?
No,
Like
they
down
own it
there?
all.
Well, yes,
Okay.
technically, it's Celebration. They do.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least
Okay.
that. And also, the couple what Matt had said too, when Disney was buying all those properties, he had other companies like
based out of
named-
Miami.
based-
Yeah.
that, you know, if you did the work, you could find out
Yeah.
Disney had something to do with it, but otherwise you didn't.
And aren't those company names the names of storefronts
Yes,
on
it
Main
is.
Street?
You're 100%
Yeah.
Yep,
Kinda cool.
100%.
As we go down Main Street, USA, with some memories,
Yes,
there
a
you go.
plastic surgery addict admits that he has spent nearly $50,000 on cosmetic procedures to mirror, wait for it, an Instagram filter. The 31-year-old first went under the knife in November 2019 to get a nose job, and 6 years later, he admits he has been addicted to the procedures. He said his physical insecurities stem from weighing 315 pounds and a receding hairline at one point. The list includes a chin implant, liposuction, jaw reconstruction, a full hair transplant, teeth crowning, and full body contouring.
Wow.
He says he has no regrets, but wants to warn others about the dangers of social media after his body dysphoria diagnosis.
It sounds like he's coming to terms with the fact that he has an
Yes.
issue, right?
I can't imagine the amount of money he spent on all of
50
those.
grand is what he's
yeah,
saying.
I mean, it's just nuts.
And they also said that when you go in, it's addictive to get this
Yeah.
because you're like, all right, well, I fixed that, but now
This doesn't look right. Yeah.
And it's sad to see that. And then I honestly think, and maybe this happens, is okay, before we do plastic surgery, you need to go to a psychologist and I just need a clean bill of health, make sure that you're mentally okay to do these
Yeah.
changes.
But it seems like body dysmorphia is so common now because everybody's getting something done.
Yeah, of
And
course.
no
yeah.
one's really
Yeah.
saying anything.
Yes.
There's these massive
Because it-
BBLs.
Because it's so
or-
accessible. You can go get it
Somebody
done.
will do it.
That
Yeah.
is
Somebody
true.
will do it, whether it's here or Mexico
Yeah.
or some other part of the world. Somebody will do it.
Do you think that social media plays into that, though?
Yeah.
If you look at
Oh,
these
100%.
Instagram filters,
They're
Snapchat
making money off
filters.
of it.
Yeah, but nobody looks like
No,
that.
but that's I think the problem with, and if nobody's life is like that, if you
Yes.
think about it, and so we see this
Sure.
and we think all these great things, and if I only could change this, and I understand that if you save your money and you do it, and you're not going
Yeah.
into debt, all right, if you do that, okay. But really address the problem that you might have, and I think if more doctors, which I'm certain there are legitimate doctors that say, I will be happy to do this, but you need to go to get professional help to make sure that you're okay in the head, because what you're saying doing is not of the norm.
Right.
And it's going to change even more. A young female tourist got a rude awakening when a hotel ceiling collapsed on her right in the middle of the night. This would freak me out. This is what happened. She was sleeping in her bed. Loud crash jolted her awake at 3 a.m. And that's when she realized the ceiling falling right on top of her, covered the entire room. Look at this video. 23-year-old decided to record her experience because it's 2025 and that's
Yes.
what we do. Before she called help. So she grabbed her camera,
she
says, I got to
did.
get this on social media
Yeah.
before I call 911. She recorded herself standing in the room, covered with a towel and surrounded by the rubble.
Yes, of course.
She then flipped the camera around to show all of the fallen debris. Good news, I guess she's okay. That would freak me out. Apparently she doesn't sleep with much on either. Right?
Hey, she's free.
That would freak me out, though.
my
Which
goodness.
says a lot. You're in a hotel. If you're sleeping naked in a hotel and you got to run out real quick, you make sure you know where all your stuff's
Did
at.
she put her toothbrush in the safe?
That's a good question. That sounds almost like that's double entendre. You put the toothbrush in the safe? That's our new thing. Get that on social media. I bet you they're putting the toothbrush in the safe. Write that down. Toothbrush. All right, love it.
Write that down.
I'm not sure 100% sure if she's doing it, but thank goodness she's okay, right?
I know, but
And we have the
funny.
video.
The
Put that
first
in a
thing she
t-shirt.
goes to is
T-shirt.
like, "Let me FaceTime this for all of my followers before
you
I
have
call
to.
911."
If you don't, it's not real anymore.
I guess so. It's like the writer with the Signal chat that blew up. The fact that he didn't identify himself on the call and then he had the wherewithal to screenshot everything. I'm like, really? Oh, come
Think
on.
about that.
That seems a little sus.
We have more Daily Flash around the corner. Don't go anywhere. We got that toothbrush in the safe.
When you ground black pepper, a lot of the aromas, the oils, the nuances get lost. It just dulls it straight away. So you always want to make sure you use freshly milled pepper or ground pepper. And that's stuff what you buy in the square, what's been pre-ground. It could have been ground when George Washington was in office. Who knows? It's dusty, it's musty, and it's pretty pointless. When you're purchasing a pepper mill, always purchase one with a clear. See the way it's clear? The wooden ones look aesthetically great, but you can't see how many peppercorns are left in there. So what happens is you grind and you run out of peppercorns and then you're like, oh, sausages, what am I going to do? So always, if you can, purchase this. I like Coleman and Mason. I think they do a really good job. They're not sponsoring the segment. And when it does come to ground pepper, white pepper, I use a lot of white pepper in my cookery. This is great because it hasn't got the husk on it. There you go, Pepper 101.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. It's time for us to visit the parenthood. If you're a parent of a toddler, you probably struggle with daily battles really over the most simplest things, right? Well, joining us now is parenting expert Catherine Sellery. She has tips on how to turn everyday toddler negotiations into actual valuable life lessons. Catherine, welcome back to Daily Flash. Let's set up the age limit that we're talking about. From 0 to about what age are we talking about with all these negotiations?
Usually around, I mean, it could be as old as 4,
Okay.
but yeah, I think you could give yourself a little bit of bandwidth there if you're a parent.
Okay. Which you do, because some kids never grow up like myself. So I totally get it. I just want to kind of lay out a nice basis of it all. You say there's 4 tips that parents should understand. First off is understanding the why behind the resistance. Explain that, and how can we overcome that?
Yeah, what's really going on beneath the surface is the key here. So that your toddlers push back, and the difficulty you're experiencing because of that is not just about being defiant or, any of those nasty words, but it's really they have the desire for autonomy and control over their world, even though they're little people. So don't shut down those requests with a hard no. Acknowledge their feelings first. Like, I see that you really want to keep playing. I get it. Playing is really fun. This small little shift that validates their emotions and makes them feel more receptive then to finding solutions, because they feel like they're seen, even though they're little people.
And that kind of leads us into your next tip, because we're talking about choices. And it seems like even up to adults, if you offer a choice instead of a command, it comes over. How does that help a child?
So kids thrive when they feel like they have some control, and giving choices within limits gives them that choice to choose it. So it shifts out of the power struggle into a win-win. So instead of saying, put on your shoes now, or do you want to wear the red shoes or the blue shoes? You see the shift there?
Big
So
time.
it's just a little simple strategy where it's like, we're still talking about shoes, but choose this one or this one.
I love that idea. And it makes them feel important. It gives them, like you've given them value. I totally can understand that.
Choose this one. Yeah.
Something I'm going through, which negotiations happens all the way to 18, 19, until they're adults even sometimes. But negotiations, it seems like that's all kids want to do. They want to make sure that they're getting something out of it. But you say you could turn that into a collaboration? Explain how.
Yeah, exactly. So instead of viewing those moments as battles to be won, involve your child in solving the problem together. So if your toddler insists on wearing their pajamas to preschool, instead of saying, absolutely not, you have to change, try, I see you really want to wear your pajamas because they're comfy. I wonder if we can find a comfy app that works for school too.
That makes
You know,
sense.
this invites them into the solution, giving them a sense of autonomy again, while still guiding them toward an acceptable outcome that's good for both of you. So the kids, if they feel like their input matters, they do become more cooperative and invested in the decision without feeling like the rules are being forced on them. And then you activate the 3 R's again: retaliation, rebellion, and resistance. We never want to activate those.
It makes a lot of sense. I think with the negotiations, what do you do? And they're like, you say, hey, you go to bed. It's like, well, if I go to bed, maybe they try to get something out of the deal, like let's say brushing your teeth. Can I have something to eat before I brush my teeth? Do you let them kind of have a little bit? Is it a give and take, or is it a case by case kind of situation?
I think as far as, what you're prepared to give, it's really just about collaborative problem solving. And if you begin to develop those skills with little children, then they begin to understand, like, they matter too. They have their side. That doesn't mean you relinquish your, need to be the CEO of the family, but it does take into consideration some of what might be going on inside of them.
Okay. Let's talk about self-regulation, because obviously we want them to grow up to be normal adults where they can do things on their own and make decisions. How do you help them build those skills?
Yeah. So big emotions, big feelings often lead to big meltdowns.
I'll agree with
So
that.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
so when kids don't feel, heard or seen, they feel unheard and powerless.
Okay.
When tensions rise, help your kids calm down. Co-regulate with them instead of escalating it with "stop crying, it's not a big deal." I could say instead, "I see you're really upset. Let's take a deep breath together." Simple techniques. Naming it, there's this expression, name it to tame it. So name the emotion, mirror your calm energy by breathing together with them. It can help them build the resilience over time.
All right. And I would imagine, too, just getting to their level plays a big role, because we're so much taller. We're always talking down to them. I imagine that would help.
You're so on it. I mean,
Because I
just
listen to you.
Totally. Join them at their level.
Yeah, I love it. Catherine, I love having you on the show. It's just great information all around. And we want people at home to get involved in this as well. In order for you to be able to do it, all you have to do is head by our website, dailyflashshow.com, or just go to freeparentingbook.com. There you can get it actually and get great advice from Catherine Sellers. All right, we have more Flash coming up with today's trends and tomorrow's talk. Don't go anywhere. Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. It's Thursday. That means it's time to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony.
Thanks, Mitch. Streaming on BritBox is the historical mini-series Cruel Love, the Ruth Ellis story.
We've just seen the body of David Blakely at Hampstead Mortuary.
David?
I understand you know something about it.
I am guilty. I'm rather confused.
The film focuses on Ruth Ellis, from her career as a nightclub manager to her violent relationship with the man she killed in cold blood, and her arrest, trial, and legal battle. I caught up with series star Lucy Boynton.
I think people will be surprised that they don't know Ruth Ellis's case to begin with. It changed the judicial system in the UK, but it's a pivotal case, and it was shocking at the time, even more so now through a contemporary lens. And I think people will be unsettled by the familiarity of so many elements. And again, I hope it's a real catalyst for examining how our judicial system treats women.
Cruel Love, the Ruth Ellis story, is a deep, engaging, and emotional bio-series about a woman unfairly judged in the press and by society. Lucy Boynton puts in a tremendous performance as Ruth Ellis, and it's not to be missed. Again, it's streaming on BritBox and gets an A. It's not rated. Entering its third season on Amazon Prime is the action spy series Reacher.
Mr. Reacher, we're looking into the owner of a rug import business called Bazaar Bazaar.
Let me guess. DEA thinks he's in business with bad people.
You know him?
I thought I killed him years ago.
What did he do to you?
He didn't do anything to me.
Maybe we can help each other out.
In season 3, Reacher's attempt to thwart a kidnapping brings him into contact with mysterious businessman Zachary Beck. I chatted with star Alan Richson.
You know, Reacher's escapism and wish fulfillment at its finest. You know, we see there's a little bit of Reacher in all of us, and I think we like to know that there's a place for somebody like Reacher in the world, even if that's only on TV. You know, so it's fun to enjoy seeing ourselves on screen in a way. You know.
Reacher continues to be one of the best series streaming as it offers a terrific mix of action, intrigue, and humor. Again, it's streaming on Amazon Prime and gets an A. It's rated TVMA. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
Hey, welcome to your daily digits for this week. Your first number this week is 2, and that is if you want to attend Firefest 2 and get those yummy cheese Sammies. A little background for you though. The founder of Firefest, Billy McFarland, is a convicted scam artist. He served 6 years in prison for his first Fire Festival, and now that he's served his time, he's trying it again. Tickets for Fire Festival are on sale now, but should you really go buy them? Well, unless you enjoy paying for a VIP experience that doesn't really exist, maybe not. Experts say if you're looking to pay for a disappointment, congratulations, you found it. And a quick note, the Mexican government says they know nothing about it, where it's supposed to take place. However, Mitch and I will be there. Don't tell the boss we're putting it on the corporate card. Your next number today is 12. Now talk about a home run. A 12-year-old boy in Indiana just hit the jackpot without even swinging a bat. He was going through some old baseball cards with his grandfather, and they came across one signed by the great Bambino himself, Babe Ruth. No word on whether he plans to sell it or keep it. Either way, it looks like Grandpa's attic just became the most valuable room in the house. And now if my grandkid pulls one of that, he instantly becomes Grandpa's favorite. Let's run down and sell that thing real quick. Now your last number today is 2, and that is in $2 million. It's in a train heist straight out of a Hollywood movie. Thieves out west have stolen more than $2 million worth of Nike sneakers. The stash included brand new Air Jordans that have yet to be released. Police have arrested 11 people using tracking devices hidden inside those shoe boxes. Looks like the Wild West is back this time with designer sneakers. Now, I've never done this, so hang on, hear me out. Just put this on here. I got the 12 o'clock from Albuquerque I got to catch. So you guys keep doing the show. I'll make sure those trackers are on there. I gotta go see a guy about a train. I gotta.
Very nice, Matt. It kind of looked like the Tampa Bay Bandits logo. I don't know if you've ever seen that before, but very, very cool stuff there. And also, too, I think that's an inside job with these Nike shoes, man, because to know where they're at exactly is really, really wild. And then as much as they are is even crazier. Hey, we got more Flash coming up right around the corner with today's trends and tomorrow's talk. Of course, we always have wide open for you on our website, dailyflashshow.com. There you can go and check out entire shows. Anything that we've talked about, you can watch again. You can also find links that will take you to get more information. Where is it? Well, it's on our website, and you know exactly where that is, dailyflashshow.com. We got more of today's trends, tomorrow's talk.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk.
Thank you for joining us here. Any Garth Brooks fans in the room? I'm a Garth Brooks fan. Garth Brooks is great.
I know the guy.
The thing about Garth Brooks is when he is number one, he back in the 90s, early 90s, he really changed country music. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But when he puts albums out, what he'll do is like make a best of box set. But he has 4 or 5 box sets now, which are basically the same thing, just packaging.
Repackaged.
Right. But he's Garth Brooks. He's able to do that. Well, he had a residency out in Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Okay, so they rounded up all the tickets. 300,000 people came to his shows. And they said every night a show is different. All right, it's out of this world. 99% of the tickets they had available were sold. That's pretty huge. Now, if you think about this, he did 72 shows. That ticket costs about $146 to $200 a ticket, and he had 300,000 people come. He would make $650,000 in one show.
Wow.
And they're saying this is obviously a record, but you could see why people now, especially artists, would go, let's just go to Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't have to travel around. I can have one show. I'm making $650,000 a show. I do 2 shows a night, and maybe you're done.
Our buddy Carrot Top's been out there for what, 30 years at this point?
And he's still rocking it.
Yeah.
He's still rocking it.
He still lives in Winter Park.
And he has a place here. So he was on that flight with that lady that that said that somebody turned into a lizard. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That lady that got kicked off the plane. She was on that. He was on that plane.
Oh wow.
That lizard lady. You remember her? Google it. You know what I'm talking
How
about.
much did Chris Gaines make a night?
He made nothing at all. And Garth wants Chris to go away as far as possible.
Is Chris Gaines a country person or a magician?
Yes.
Whatever you want him to be that night, he'll be that.
I know the
Chris
name,
Gaines
but I don't
was this
remember.
alter ego that he came out with that was on
So it was a liar.
See? I had to tell you. And he has moved, I think what I've heard, he will not talk about Chris Gaines.
No.
And when he did, he would talk as if that person was another person.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
a
really
real person.
weird, man.
Yeah.
So was he trying to do like an Andy Kaufman thing?
Kind
Yes.
of that way.
Country version?
He'd come out in a black leather
Think of
jacket.
David Bowie and Ziggy Stardust.
Tropic
kind of
Thunder.
attitude.
All right. Okay, I guess.
Yeah, like he was a character of music where he could do something, and he was trying to get into the pop era and that sort of thing because he was really big country at the time.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right. It's like the real life version of the Pixar movie Up. A grandfather refused to relocate after he was offered more than $200,000 for his home. Now he says he's living a real life nightmare after feeling like he lost a bet. The homeowner refused to move after the Chinese government made repeated offers to buy his house. His 2-story home is abuzz with construction noise as crews continue to build a freeway interchange right around his 2-story home. He says the only way he's able to leave his house is actually through that underground tunnel right there, which is just nuts. So that's how he gets in and out.
Wow.
I don't know where he parks, but
$200,000 for a 2-story building, which sounds like it was a good location, but then again, it was made in China, so I don't know how.
Is that Temu price?
How cool is that to go through a tunnel to your house? I think that's kind of cool.
It's like going to Mario World.
It's a bat cave.
I bet you they could turn that into something. Make it a rest stop or something like that. Or he should.
I like the idea of like the billboard. You guys were talking about putting a billboard on the rooftop.
Yeah, I think
you
Will
make
had
some money.
Again, we're talking about the Chinese government, so we don't know what exactly they will allow and not allow. But even apparently they'll let you keep your house if they're building a big superhighway.
Or will they?
I think they'd make for a great. They have to now. What else can they do with that part of land?
It seems as though some people just go. They disappear in China, and they'll just say,
Yes.
"Hey, they moved somewhere else."
Oh,
would you know? Or would you
that's
not
true
know?
too. Yeah. I don't know. It's not. The more and more I think of it, the more phallic I think it looks. Actually, if you think about it.
Oh my God.
What is the green thing for? I don't understand.
Yeah,
that.
You know what? Guys have been trying to figure that out forever.
You tell me.
Did he put the toothbrush in the safe?
Maybe that's what it was, in the safe. Right, toothbrush in the safe. We got more Flash coming up around this corner. Don't you go anywhere. We're going to be checking in with all kinds of good stuff.
Oh, we've got the scene with Doreen coming up.
Coming up, all that's right here on Daily Flash. Don't go anywhere.
Today on The Scene with Doreen, I get to sit down with singer-songwriter Edwin McCain. His major hit, I'll Be, took the music industry by storm, and New York Times raved that he was the great American romantic. He has a new album out, and I can't wait to dig in. Check it out. Your mega hit, I'll Be, has become this huge romantic ballad. Yet I heard that it was really more of a prayer and written as an act of desperation after a pretty bad breakup you had.
It was kind of an amalgam of a few things that had happened. It was something that I overheard in a bar. This guy fumbled his words. He meant to say shoulder to cry on. And he said crying shoulder. And I remember writing it down and saving it. And then the other part, the greatest fan part, we've all been in relationships that we knew weren't really going anywhere.
Amen, yeah.
And I had said to this girl, you know, I'll always be your biggest fan, always be your greatest fan. Those two ideas kind of came together. But at the time that I put the song together, the president of the record company, a guy named Jason Flom, he had called me and said, listen, everybody at the label is talking about dropping you. So the next thing you turn in needs to be really great.
Oh, no pressure.
A little bit of pressure added to the moment, and that was the song. So
Now, when you first handed it in, did everybody feel the same way? Did you feel like, yeah, this is the one? Did the label feel like, yeah, this is it? Or did it kind of take some convincing? Or did you just know?
I don't think they thought much of it. So they did the bare minimum and released the song to 3 stations. And 2 of the stations were in Alabama and 1 was in Mississippi. You know, the record company's like, let's just see if anything happens at all. It started to percolate a little bit, and then they put the song on a television show called Dawson's Creek. When it hit that TV show, the sales went from 5,000 a week to like 50,000.
Oh, you were the season 1 finale. I mean, you were the big moment of that first season. So it was not just a little like blip into an episode. You were very featured. They played like half the song.
Yeah, it was heavily featured in that final episode, and it blew up after that.
Dawson's Creek, you mentioned the season 1 finale. It was in the Jennifer Lopez movie, Shotgun Wedding, and it was even sung by one of my favorite shows, Here Comes Trouble, in the NBC hit sitcom The Office. Does it ever get old, like when you're buying toothpaste in CVS, to hear your song come on the radio?
Never gets old. I mean, it's such an anomaly to have a hit song, but then it's even more rare to have one that just keeps going for 30 years.
Congrats on your new album, Lucky. How lucky are we? You've returned to the spotlight with this new album.
Yeah, it's just been a minute. In my 20s, and like a lot of 20-something songwriters, I wrote in these big themes, like, you know, you want to try to say that thing that changes the world. And that's a proper evolution for songwriters as we get older. You know, we find out that maybe we don't need the biggest, loudest thing. Maybe the thing we love has been here all along.
Visit edwin.com to pick up his new album, Lucky. Check out his upcoming tour dates and stay connected with everything that is Edwin McCain.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And if you want to hear more of our great conversation, visit here. I'm Doreen Taylor with The Scene with Doreen here at the Daily Flash each week. See you next time.
Dairy brand Puck has launched a heartfelt initiative this Ramadan to support mothers and families in Lebanon. It's a way to help them rebuild their lives through the power of food.
When a food recipe travels without borders, goes to places even the mom herself haven't been to, that's not just food. That's power, that's freedom. Recipe for Change represents a tribute to the unsung heroes of Lebanon, the resilient moms that through the toughest time kept a smile and hope.
إنه فل من هون من لبنان؟ لا، خلقت هون، عشت هون، مدرستي هون، عذابي هون، بس بحس بغصة.
أنا بحياتي مش طالعة من لبنان، مش برمته، حتى من كفركلها مش طالعة كتير. طبخت تسافر وتسبقني.
هاي رسالة انكتبت بخط ايدها لأمي الله يرحمها، كاتبينها على كرتونة عيلة خسة كلينكس.
Every recipe holds a small piece of Lebanon, a story of it, the background, where it comes from. It is a groundbreaking business model where we actually got these moms, their recipes, their tradition cherished and brought to international menus around the world.
أنا كتير مبسوطة شيف إنه صارت الريسيت بين إيديكم.
أكيد نحن أكيد أكتر وبنيادي أمينة بدك تقولي صارت.
يعني ما بتخيل إنه هالبيئة بالكونات البسيطة إنه حتصير بالمطاعم برا وهي اسمها حتكون وصفة فيفيان.
هلا صرتي مشهورة.
This isn't charity, it's empowerment. These women aren't receiving aid. They're receiving orders and they're really turning their struggles into strength. Basically, we transform these book consumers, these moms, into business partners. And not only as a business partner today, but on the long term, bringing their cherished recipes, keeping their tradition alive and values all over the world.
Well, it looks like there's one company that's looking for the perfect puppy and kitten to become their new chief snuggle officers. Dr. Callie Harris joins us now with more information about this fun contest. Hey there, Dr. Harris.
Thank you so much. We are both super excited to be here. And when I say we, I want to introduce you to my assistant. This is Blue, and he is an adorable, adoptable puppy located here in New York.
All right, so how does a puppy or even a kitten become a chief snuggle officer?
So we all know that puppies and kittens bring so much joy to us. And so Purina Puppy Chow and Kitten Chow, we invited our pet parents to submit applicants for the cuddliest, the sweetest, the best puppy and kitten. And we've narrowed it down to 6 finalists.
Let's talk about nutrition. How important is it for those kittens and puppies?
So good nutrition is paramount, and especially during this critical phase of their life, which is that first year, we want to make sure that they are feeding a food like a Purina Puppy Chow, a Kitten Chow that's formulated to have the right set of nutrients. In fact, Blue is hungry right now. It has to have the right set of nutrients, which is going to be that high quality protein to support strong muscles. We're also looking for a formula to contain antioxidants for immune support. We also want good amounts of calcium to help with the strong, healthy bones. And then we're just looking for it to promote energy for these guys, which Blue has a lot of.
Pet owners out there want more info. Where do they need to go?
Yes, so as I mentioned before, we have already narrowed it down to 6 finalists, 3 puppies, 3 kittens. So we need your help to pick your favorite ones. So you can go to chowcontest.purina.com to cast your vote.
Thank you, Doc. We'll have more information on our website at dailyflashshow.com.
Taking good care of your feet is often overlooked when it comes to health and wellness. Here's what you need to know.
With 3 out of 4 Americans suffering from foot pain, addressing foot health is critical. Barefoot shoes, like those from Hike Footwear, who I've teamed up with today, are designed to promote natural foot movement, which keeps everything aligned. When your feet move naturally and are properly supported, your posture improves, joint pain diminishes, and activities that you've avoided suddenly become possible again. The zero-drop design, where your toes and heel are level, aligns your spine properly, reducing knee and back strain. Plus, the thin responsive sole allows your feet to sense the ground, developing stronger foot muscles. I love the HF Cloud and Lorax style from Hike Footwear. They're a lightweight, supportive shoe that's perfect for walking, daily errands, and travel. The Azura and Lorax winter model provide the same therapeutic benefits with added weather protection and warmth. They also have great options for the kids that promote healthy foot development and better balance. To learn more, you can head over to hike-footwear.com.
Celebrity lifestyle and wellness expert Seema Cohen joins us now to share some must-have spring essentials. Seema, welcome back to Daily Flash. It looks like you got some great things for spring. Tell us about them.
Meet Scoop Whole Beauty, the future of truly clean, refillable beauty. Their award-winning Australian-made formulas are vegan, cruelty-free, and palm oil-free, crafted with 100% non-toxic, skin-loving ingredients. Packaged in plastic-free, refillable bamboo and glass, they redefine beauty with sustainability at the core. Crafted at Scoop Whole Foods, Australia's zero waste expert. Shop now at scoopwholebeauty.com.
Seema, you know what? Springtime. It's I see some pickles in front of you. Those look delicious. Tell me about them, and I want one right now.
Meet your new pantry staple, Rick's Picks. This Brooklyn-based pickle brand has crafted bold, all-natural pickles since 2004. Elevate your charcuterie, salads, barbecues, and celebrate 21 years of pickle perfection. Get 20% off single jars with code DAILY20 at rickspicks.com until March 31st. Available on Faire, Amazon, and Instacart. Physicians Formula's dual-ended makeup sticks offer a velvet finish on one side and a glossy, buildable finish on the other, perfect for cheeks, eyes, and lips. These travel-friendly, affordable sticks deliver a bronze premium look. They have been trusted since 1937 for attainable, dermatologist-tested, hypoallergenic beauty. Find them at physiciansformula.com. All right. Rad Rev is a bag company created by a mom in the Pacific Northwest. They make purses, travel bags, and pouches of all kinds, owned and operated by women, and on a mission to make bags that are never boring, with fun interior prints and new limited release launches every Monday. Find them at radrevshop.com.
Seema, you always have great stuff. Thank you so much. And if you want to find out more information, just follow Seema on Instagram at Seema Cohen Official. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. On February 28th, American Express and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation announced the grantees for the Small Business Hurricane Recovery Grant Program. Following Hurricanes Helene and Milton, the organizers provided $5,000 grants to 1,000 small businesses last October. Thanks to the Small Business Saturday Giving Pledge, an additional $5 million helped an additional 1,000 small businesses in disaster-affected states. And we are thrilled to share that we are actually one of the recipients. So a huge thank you to American Express and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation for their support. For more information, visit American Express and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation websites.
A young woman embarks on a journey of self-discovery as she works through a list of life goals. This is today's must-watch movie, The Life List.
I know how close you and your mother were. She told me many times. She just had something else in mind for you.
What is this?
She wanted you to open it when you were alone. Do you have a DVD player?
Yeah. It's in the closet next to the VCR and the butter churn. Hey, Bean.
Last week, I was getting my affairs in order. I found this list. I know you were only 13 when you wrote it, but it is a map toward your best self.
As a life motivator, this is kind of genius.
Really?
Go all out in a mosh pit. Play one-on-one with the New York Knicks. Do stand-up comedy. Walk me through that.
You're not funny. Every time you check off something from the list, Brad is going to give you one of these DVDs.
Are you kidding me? This is totally crazy. But I trust your mom.
It's like I've fallen down this weird rabbit hole. Family secrets.
Dad, you can't just drop a bomb like that and walk away.
Private detectives. Becoming friends with a lawyer.
So we're friends now.
Find true love. Why do I have a horrible feeling you've given up on that one, too?
So you and Alex? You always talk like there's something wrong with you.
Life is beautiful and messy and complicated, and sometimes it doesn't look the way you think it's supposed to look. Keep going.
The Life List, check it out. That does it for our show. Thank you all for joining us. Bye-bye.